Hey, this is Brandon. I just wanted to update you. Since we returned the iSense Hybrid Premier bed and we are looking for a new bed. But first, I want to cover this concept my wife has of gushiness. So what she's really talking about is she wants a comfort level that she sinks into, that kind of envelops her, and makes her feel comfortable in the bed. I myself like to sit a little higher and feel supported in the comfort level. So from there, we really narrowed it down to two beds, and that was the Personal Comfort A8 and the Sleep Number I8. These beds are really comparable in construction and price, coming in at about $3,500 each for a king, and that's a flex head. My wife was more leaning towards the Sleep Number bed because she had laid on it before. She kind of knew what it was, and she kind of felt comfortable with the warranty and the return if we wanted to, and things like that. But I was more interested in the Personal Comfort bed because the warranty is actually better, and the construction, I think it's a little bit better, and the materials they're using are a little bit higher quality. So from there, we really narrowed in on this comfort level, like what was this Personal Comfort bed gonna feel like? And the consensus on the internet was that it was softer than the Sleep Number bed. It also has 1 more inch of comfort layer, and I did contact the Personal Comfort people, and 3 of the reps also confirmed the same thing, that they were softer. And 1 rep even basically guaranteed it was going to be softer, so that made me feel pretty good. And then the final decision, I wasn't quite sold that my wife was going to like this bed. We had laid on this bed, and it was even kind of firm for me. The comfort layer was, and if she's looking for gushy, I just didn't think this was going to get it for her, and I thought that the Personal Comfort being softer would be better for her. So that's what we ended up buying. We ended up buying the Personal Comfort bed. We did not get the base because if something happens, you cannot, and you want to return the bed, you cannot return the base, but I'll cover that later. So we've had the bed for about 45 days, and let me go ahead and give you our first impressions. Well, the first thing is we ordered it, and then 3 days later after ordering, they shipped it. So that was great because it was like 3 or 4 weeks with the iSense bed. And so 3 days after ordering, they shipped it. 7 days later, it showed up and in a black duffel bag, and it's not as heavy as the iSense bag. So we were able to get it up the stairs okay, and setup was relatively easy. These beds are not super complicated. So from there, I have to admit I was kind of nervous. I was hoping this bed was going to be soft and she would like it. But when we got it set up and everything, we found her number, it was good. She sits at like, this bed goes from like 0 to 50, and she sits like on a 14, which is on the lower end, which is kind of where most side sleepers are, the people at Personal Comfort say, and she likes it. She felt like she sunk into the bed and it was gushy. So she was happy about that. For me, I sleep on a 28. I'm a back sleeper more, and it was nice and firm and supportive. I sunk a little bit farther in than I wanted to, but you know, I like that iSense bed, and it's a little bit softer than that, and I really prefer the iSense, comfort layer being a little bit firmer and sitting a little bit higher up on the bed. So I guess you could get to the cons. The major issue is my wife is that she says it sleeps a little hot. And that maybe because we're a little bit lower in this bed than we were the iSense bed. The iSense bed slept a little cool, pretty cool, or at least cooler. This bed's a little bit hot. It reminds us of the Tempur-Pedic bed a little bit, but it's not horribly hot. It's just a little bit hot. It's not really that hot for me personally. I'm kind of a colder person anyway, but that was kind of her main thing. And my other thing was just this kind of feeling of like I couldn't feel the edge of the bed. And it's not something that is, I wouldn't order the bed from, but I just felt like I couldn't sense the edge of the bed. Like, it's kind of a weird feeling. My wife doesn't have the issue, so maybe that says something. I will note that this bed goes from 0 to 50, and when you're in the bed, let's say you're out of the bed and it's a 25 and you lay in it, it's going to go up 2 or 3 points to maybe 26, 27, 28. And I understood that because you're putting pressure on the mattress so it reads a little bit higher. But what I didn't expect is that every night it would be a little bit higher by 1 or 2 points or a little bit lower. It could be 2 or 3 or 4 at times, depending on the temperature change. And when I did contact Personal Comfort, they did say that yes, that happens with the temperature change and the weather change, that it can cause your bed to change. And the guy said at Personal Comfort that he changes his about twice a week. So it's not something to be unnerved about. It's just something that I just didn't quite understand why it was happening, and I wanted to figure that out. We did contact customer service over the hot issue to see what they could do, and the guy said basically the bed was, kind of glued together. There was nothing they could do by changing the layers, so he wasn't sure what he could do, but he was going to pass it on to his boss to see what they could possibly do about this. I also told them that I was kind of, didn't quite like the softness of the bed, and so they were going to kind of take those two issues and see what they could do. And to actually return this bed, you actually have to contact them, and with your grievance, we'll call it, and give them one chance to try to solve your problem and make you happy. So that's where we are right now with this bed. We've kind of told them the thing about it sleeps hot for my wife and me, with the comfort level being a little bit soft. And we'll see what they return back, their answers will be. But overall, we do like the bed, but we just want to see what they can be done about these two issues. So please leave a comment below or any questions. That'd be great. I will do the best I can to answer them. Thanks.